push-up, otherwise known as the Dands. Fantastic drill, been used for a long, long time, centuries. Some of the great martial artists, still the all-time greats, have performed this drill for many, many repetitions and every day as part of their physical culture routine. It's a fantastic drill. It's a upper body pushing exercise and pull. Okay, so we get some really great benefits. We get strength and mobility throughout the whole body, but mobilising the spine, mobilising the hips, as well as that strength endurance through the upper body, and of course high reps and breath control, lung power. So how do we do this? Well, first of all, hand placement. We want the hands to be placed approximately shoulder width. Common flaw is that people go too wide, especially when they're a little bit weak or a little bit immobile. Don't. Adjust your technique or go back to one of the variations they'll show you after this full Dand. So fingers, points of fingers, parallel to each other, okay? And as I say, that web there, roughly armpit, okay? Armpit width. Now when we place the hands down, we also want to imagine that we're corkscrewing in that way. And that creates this spinal torsion through the shoulders, so it keeps the elbows from flaring out. We don't want that happening either. And as we fatigue, you'll find that's more of an issue, where you lose the stability here, and so they'll go out. So as you fatigue, you've got to corkscrew harder. You don't have to death corkscrew and death grip from the get-go. But gripping is also important, thumb and finger coming together, and all fingers going into the mat. Okay, so plant the hands, pointer fingers parallel, finger and thumb coming together, all the other fingers digging into the mat, corkscrew in action. You see the elbow pits are forward. We then step back into this plank position with the feet approximately twice shoulder width, and then we push back into this down dog position. Soften your knees if you need to keep the spine nice and neutral, so you're not rounding that low back. Okay, so the chest is pushing toward the thighs, and I'm going to exhale in this position. And I hold my breath as the heels shoot forward, and I pull the chest in between the hands. Inhaling, and you notice here I'm pushing down so the shoulders are away from the ears. I'm still corkscrewing and pulling the shoulders back. So then it's exhale, shh, hold, inhale, push back. Okay, so if you struggle with that variation, we can take it down a notch. Same actions through the hands, same placement with hands and feet, and this time we go from this plank position, we lower to the chest, and then we lift up and push back. So it's back to that plank, down in a regular push-up, scoop up, push back. Now of course, this is where you can modify it if your strength doesn't allow you to do a full push-up. By lowering, you can either lower from the knees, and then up, back. The other version can take it down a step further. If we need to work on the mobility through the hips and spine, and the stability through the shoulders, we just keep the elbows straight. So we go from this down dog position to an up dog position. Down dog, up dog. Exhale, shh, inhale. Okay? And finally, a great transition exercise where maybe you work on one of the progression variations to develop that strength, but to get the actual movement and flow through the spine, you practice this dive-through drill. Popularised by Hicks and Gracie, he performed hundreds every day as part of his warm-up routine. It's certainly part of my daily morning mobility routine that I perform every day as I get up first thing. And it's essentially a setup, same hand placement, we set up in that sort of modified child's pose. The hands reaching forward, the bottom reaching right back. Corkscrew in action again, I'm looking between the hands, and as I pull, you'll notice the forearms go to the floor, the chest comes through the hands, and I scoop up into that position. Pushing back, exhale. Inhale, exhale. You'll notice that the knees might float a little bit here, so as I'm pulling through, I'm quite light on the knees, so that the knees can slide and I can push back into that bottom position again, okay? So, practice any of those variations, but ultimately you want to be aiming for that full Dand exercise. Perform for high repetitions. Again, you get such great benefit. Let me know if your condition hasn't improved. If you've not put a bit more muscle on when you can knock out 100 consecutive repetitions, all right? Get to it.